Welcome to Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Quick background, I did play this when it first came out, and I did also, prior to playing this, I played every available route in Fire Emblem Three Houses. But for this game, I haven't done that. I've only played the one route that I did play, which was the Golden Wildfire route. And if you want to hear all my thoughts extensively about this game, specifically the Golden Wildfire route impressions, I did a whole review, actually. That's still up on the channel somewhere. And I don't often make a full-fledged review. I've only done 2 in total, but this was the first one I did. I think it turned out well. That said, I haven't seen either of the other 2 routes, and I held a small vote, and the one I'm going to stream, well, you'll find out if you're watching this. Ooh, do I want a New Game Plus? What does that do? Units will carry over support level. Oh, okay, well. Let's do not New Game Plus. On normal. And, yeah, I'm a bit of a classic man. Although, typically that just means that if I do astoundingly bad at something, I'm like, let me redo that. There had to have been a better way. Playstyle. I forgot about this option. Take more time to examine strategic information. Keep the action flowing, turning off level up windows and mission briefs. You know what? Since I played this once before, let's go with quick and efficient. I have used all 8 spots from Golden Wildfire, so let's just start again in 1. And we are here at the beginning. That's a sword. And that's a woman. That's an army. Not to mention a shield. Some capes. Lots of capes around. You might have recognized that axe if you played Three Houses. In fact, there's a few things you'll recognize here if you played Three Houses. I kind of recommend that if you're going to play Three Houses before this game, that you experience as much of it as you want to before moving on to this one. It is not a sequel. It's more like extra branches.
Will it never come to an end?
Like, you know, Three Houses has several story branches, and obviously they don't all happen concurrently, and you gotta make decisions, and once you pick a path, you're locked out of the other ones. So I like to think of this game as 3 extra paths that could have happened, but some of the stuff that you'll see early on here is kind of spoilery for Three Houses. So it's like, these are the branches that you should play after the regular Three Houses branches.
Hello? Where is that freeloader, huh?
Well, that was some sort of war that just happened. But now a peaceful forest.
I know you're napping around here somewhere. On your feet and back to work already, yeah? Finally. Come on, sunshine, up and at 'em.
This guy gets me up. In my Golden Wildfire playthrough, I went with this form on the right. So for this stream, I'm going to go with this form on the left.
Hey, get up already!
I'm sorry. What's going on?
What's going on? Did your head spring a leak while you were napping? Better see if you can even remember your name.
I don't know, man. Can I? You're allowed to name yourself if you want, but canonically we are Shez, and I will stick with that.
Well, looks like there's hope for you yet.
I will feign
Back off, you
indignant.
sack of guts. I'm just resting up for the battle.
Yeah, well, the battle's on our doorstep, so you're lucky I like you enough to wake you. You heard who we're up against, yeah? Gerald's mercenaries. Gonna be one hell of a fight, if true,
Gerald.
especially if the Ashen Demon is here. Don't like a smidge of what I've heard about that fella. Or was it a woman?
Leave it to you to fumble the details. Did you even catch this Ashen Demon's name?
Of course I did. It was... by the goddess, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
And in my Golden Wildflower playthrough, I went with the opposite form for the Ashen Demon, and I will do that again here.
Yeah, that's it.
Demon or no demon, our job is to fight and win.
You sound just like the captain.
Well, at least one of you has some courage. You've certainly come a long way since I plucked you from that mountain village. But this battle is about more than just victory. Gerald's team has a sterling reputation. Rumor has it they've never blundered even a single job. But once we put them to rout, we'll finally be the greatest mercenaries in all of Leicester. Enemy
We're in
activity
Leicester.
detected, Captain.
That's Golden Deer territory.
Looks like we'll be fighting by moonlight. Mind you don't kill each other in the dark.
But again, that's the route I already did on my own time.
Wasn't expecting a fight so soon, but I guess there's nothing for it. You ready?
Ready as
Good
I'll
luck.
ever be. Good luck, friend.
And double to you.
Imagining the Star Fox. Good luck.
All right, let's get down to business. We're up against Gerald's mercenaries.
So, have you ever played a Warriors game? There could be mid-battle tutorial pop-ups. Is that a thing that's enabled? Create a bookmark save. Well, if I ever need to end a stream early, that would be good. Mission briefings. This is auto. Gonna set it to off. Subtitles, good. Yeah, save the changes.
Let's move out.
Drive them straight into their graves!
Alright, Warriors games. There's hordes of enemies, you slash them. As with many action games, you have your light attack button, which is what I'm pressing now, and then you have your strong attack button, and you can even see the combo tree in the left there. Just our learning experience after all. If you get attached to a character, then you may want to learn what exactly happens at the end of combos. Because they'll move the hordes of enemies in certain ways, so sometimes you need to clear a path, and there will be an attack that's good for that. Sometimes you need to stagger the enemy. There's attacks that are good for that. You can lock on with the right stick. And hello. They're also introducing guarding and dodging right now. All classic Warriors fare if you played any of the others. Magic or skills. You might have a unit that doesn't use magic, but there's still like powerful physical skills that you can spend MP on. Yeah, I mean, this Warriors game is like 3 Warriors games.
Can't wait to wrap this up so we can
Yeah,
all
it's
drown
got the
ourselves
3
in
hopes,
ale.
just like the 3 houses. So if you need to lift enemies up just to try and group them together for a bigger combo, then you want to go with your YX combo like that. YX does something else. YX. That'll knock him back if you need some space. You do pick a house like in Three Houses. Yeah, the story goes in a different direction with the same characters and the same time frame. So as I was saying earlier, before you got here, it's like if Three Houses has the first few story branches, then this game came along and added additional story branches. Defeat the stronghold leader to recount that, retake the stronghold. That means you don't have to defeat every enemy, which would be impossible anyway, because they're gonna keep getting generated by the stronghold.
Push the enemy back.
And by these bases.
With some teeth showed up, but they still don't stand a chance against Burling's mercenaries.
All I've said about my choice so far is that I ran a poll. I'll reveal that answer when the time comes to choose. But that it's not Golden Wildfire, because I played that when the game first came out. So, sorry, Claude. We've already been down this road together.
Yeah, right.
Captain.
They took out Lasny like she was nothing.
I can't believe I'm losing to some damn kid.
Captain Burling's in trouble. We have to reach her before it's too late. There's so many of them. Only one thing to do about it.
In due time is basically how I would sum it up. Down with the mercs. Do. Hey, I can do a special. Those are more impressive when you do them on a horde of enemies instead of just two of the bigger ones.
Just when my dream was finally in sight. You monster.
Captain Burling has died. Oh no.
Captain's dead. What are we gonna do now?
We must reach Byleth and avenge the captain. Off we go. Something you can probably already tell from just this first tutorial stage is that you get a lot of really good arrangements of the Three Houses music in this game. They're much more energized for being in a Warriors game. Much like the other modern Fire Emblems, it gives you the option for permadeath. And it's on. I am playing with that option enabled.
And we're gonna avenge the captain. Why am I so
But, you know, if you want to play the game on casual, that's fine. One can do that. It is possible. Well, things aren't looking good for me right now. You get to pick which Byleth, as well as your own character.
I have to keep fighting.
But yeah, it would seem in this game that Byleth is the enemy.
This world, I will
Mysterious.
not allow it to perish with you.
Oh, wait, an anime is happening. Particle effects. Redesigned sword. 2 swords, in fact.
Where did you get that power?
Oh yeah, Byleth gets to talk in this game
Just what I need to bring you down.
because you're not them.
We're here to help.
Byleth disappeared. How will I kill her now?
You like that? Take this. I can see it. Here it comes.
Special.
You're done.
This elite soldier isn't gonna be elite for long.
Interesting. You're fighting like an entirely different person.
You might notice I have some neat new powers. Some purple ones.
We did what we came to do. Everyone,
Makes me a much more even match for Byleth's fire powers here.
No escape! Sorry, but this fight is over.
Hey, wait.
Why? We've achieved our goal. Your job was to stop us, and you failed. Another time, perhaps.
Hey, we're not done here. Wait, why am I so tired?
Well, before all that purple particle stuff happened, you know, you were very nearly killed. It was real close. Had a small slither of health. I hear that nearly dying can be quite tiring.
Huh? Where am I?
Welcome to the cosmos.
Oh, good. You're awake. Not sure I would have been able to sleep at night with your blood on my hands.
Yeah. Am I dead?
No, not yet. And you're not a good listener either. Did I not just say how pleased I am that you're still alive?
Yeah, Shez, go with the program.
Regardless, I'm a being who exists on the edge of dreams and reality. You may call me Arval.
Arval, huh?
On the edge
But for now,
of
let me
dreams
speak
and
plain.
reality.
You are slated to die. Right now, I'm the only thing holding your meager life together. And to be blunt, it's beginning to tire me.
Thank you?
Oh, my. That's the first time anyone has ever shown me gratitude. And I must say, I like it very much.
Praise be to Arval.
Hear me well. You are a crucial piece of this world's cyclical... no, this will never do. You're far too groggy to absorb what I'm saying. For now, I needn't
If you want me to absorb it, maybe you should give me a
feet.
sponge.
I need only convince you that you will.
I don't understand. I'm already up and about.
Ah, perhaps here you are, but not in reality where it counts. Your cluelessness is actually quite charming. I think you're starting to grow on me.
Are you calling me a himbo?
Still, the important thing is what you do after you wake.
And what should that be?
Recall, please, how the Ashen Demon bested you. Came within an inch of snuffing out your life.
Good times, good
If you
times.
attempt to fight again the same way, you will reach the same conclusion. This would force me to step in once more, which would be most annoying and also rather counterproductive, if I'm honest.
You
I
don't
will
need to
not
worry.
lose next
I won't
time.
lose next time. Although who's to say when that time will come?
Who indeed?
My captain and comrades are dead. The company is finished. So, there's only one thing I can do. Start over.
That's exactly what I'm doing here, starting the game
I
over.
thought you to be more sentimental. Did they not take you in? Care for you?
Gold's the only thing that ever held us together, and death is something we're all too used to. I never knew my real parents, and I lost the mother who raised me. Partings just come easy to me, I guess. The best way to honor my fallen comrades is by training hard and growing even stronger. Then I'll crush Gerald's mercenaries and the Ashen Demon with them.
Yeah, screw
That's what I'm going
Gerald.
to live for now.
Oh, but I like your spirit, though I expected no less from my partner in destiny.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes,
Are
I
you my
suppose
soulmate?
that was a bit sudden. I should remember, take intimacy in smaller steps.
I
The
mean,
point
there's some
is
life
that
advice.
I'm here to guide you, and I promise to help you find the strength to see your dreams realized.
Prologue. A chance encounter.
The narrator is back from Three Houses.
The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a goddess, has existed for uncountable ages. Now, 3 ruling powers control the land. To the south is a region held for more than 1,000 years by the Adrestian Empire. To the north is the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. And to the east, a league of nobles that bends no knee rules the Leicester Alliance. Though once consumed in war, these 3 powers now exist in relative harmony.
Relative but separate. Very, very separate.
Nestled between them is Garreg-Mach Monastery, seat of the Church of Seros, the land's widely practiced faith, and a power that helps to maintain peace across the continent.
Because it's
Not
right in
far
between
from the
them all.
monastery, at the northern edge of the empire, is a small village called Ramire, and west of this place stretches a forest where a lone mercenary awaits.
Hey, wake up! Ugh, how many times must we do this? Get up already!
In case anyone looked away from the screen, this is a 6-month
weird.
time skip.
I could have sworn I heard someone calling me. It's still dark out though.
Hello, yes, I was calling you. Many times, I might add.
Come on, I told you not to sneak up on me like that.
As if I have a choice. Do you know how many times you would have died by now if not for me? I'll tell you. 22.
I like how
The
there's a
3 times
specific
you
number.
leapt off a cliff to quote-unquote get tougher. Saved you. Those 5 mad attempts to dispatch a horde of monsters by yourself. Saved you. And tonight, despite my repeated warnings, you took the wrong path and ended up having to sleep on a bed of leaves in the middle of the woods.
How to articulate
Hey,
defend.
you could at least let me pick my own directions. Though I admit, I might have taken a wrong turn.
Finally,
wasn't a very
some
good
humility.
defense.
That's almost reassuring. I was starting to think you were incapable of self-reflection. At any rate, we all make a few mistakes along the way. And by we, I mean you. And by a few, I mean far, far more than average. Now then, with that out of the way, would you like to know why I've roused you from your mud-caked slumber? Actually, it's probably easier to show
I could go
rather
for
than
a mud
tell
cake.
at this point. Look over there, if you would.
Stop plowing ahead, Claude. You're going to get us lost.
Lost schmost. We've got it on Imperial authority that this is the way to the village.
True, I said there was a village, but how could anyone know where it is in the thick of these mountains? I can't even
it's
say
the
for
three
certain where we
houses.
are in all this gloom.
Okay, new plan. I'll rely on my keen senses to navigate. Lucky for you, they're sharp as an arrow.
Get it? Because he's an archer.
Hold, both of you. Someone's here. Another bandit, perhaps?
They're mistaking you for some common backwater thief. What cheek.
Hold on there. I'm no bandit. I'm a mercenary.
Well, that makes everything better.
A bandit would be far less out of place in these woods than a sellsword. What brings you here?
We've no time for an interrogation. Our pursuers are closing in.
I don't know who you people are or what you want, but I think introductions can wait. You clearly need every blade you can find, and my pockets have been feeling awfully light lately. What do you say?
So yeah, this starts in a very similar manner to Three Houses. You meet the young
Well,
house
since you're
leaders,
here, do you mind stepping
someone's
in and
after
helping us
them,
chase off
you're
these
gonna fight
scary
on their
bandits?
behalf.
Don't worry about payment. You'll receive plenty of coin. If we survive, that is.
That little blue arrow next to the thief means that I have a weapon advantage. Also, I'm a flugel of a unique ability. Yeah, that blue up arrow means that as far as like Fire Emblem weapon triangle stuff goes, that my unit has an advantage against that unit.
There they are! Kill them all!
That means stuff like increased damage.
Fighting for them now, are ya? You can die with your new friends!
Now we're about to run into one where I have a disadvantage. The red down arrow. That doesn't mean you can't beat that unit. It certainly is possible to overcome your disadvantage, but they're about to have you switch to Edelgard to see that, oh, the axe has an advantage here. And she uses an axe. Of course, her combos will be different because they are axe-based. And that made it much easier to defeat that unit.
Don't overstep, Edelgard.
Judging from the mini-map, it looks like we're going to be switching again.
Well, I suppose my turn has arrived.
Switch to Dimitri.
I won't allow anyone to stop me. I've awaited this moment.
Use the D-pad. Dimitri is a lance.
You're making me feel bad
Here.
for the enemy, Dimitri.
I think it's lance for official terminology.
Be sure to tend to your wounds, Edelgard. Apologies, but it was you or me.
Just who are these people anyway? All three of them have crests.
What's wrong with
If you want to know more
You're
about
just a
crests,
bunch
go
of
play Three
brats.
Houses.
Stop embarrassing yourself and stand your ground already. You're mine.
Is it Claude time? I think it's Claude time.
It's Claude time.
No problem, I got it.
Now, that's a double up arrow because I have a major advantage against this unit type. They are extremely weak. Any flying units are extremely weak to arrows. And that's Claude's whole thing. So it is very easy to deplete the stun gauge.
Hey, got lucky there. Well, lucky for me, I guess. Not so much for you.
Ironically, Claude can become a flying unit himself. Or at least he certainly did when I played with him.
Take down the strongholds as we go.
That makes him weak to his own weapon.
Make sure we've got the right person leading the charge at the right time.
But it's not like he's gonna go attacking himself or anything. Alright, now you can automate things a bit.
Let's try
And
this.
have multitasking going on, so
Let's see how
I'm
this
going
goes.
to send Claude there where
We
he
will
has the
proceed as
advantage. I'm
planned.
going to send Dimitri
We
here
must
where he has
strive
the
to perform
advantage.
to the best.
Here I go. No mistakes.
Edelgard should just push on through
They
to
must
here.
learn who they're up against.
Take a breather.
Now I'll control Shez manually. Take the one in the center. And you can still switch over to manual control of them at any given point, picking up from wherever they left off on your orders.
That takes care of that.
You know, if you're putting them in a spot where they have an advantage, they are incredibly unlikely to fall
Shoddy defense.
in their automated
We'll
battle.
be done before we know it if they're all like this.
Right, so I've seized this. So I will send Shez
problem.
to fight this base
I've
captain
got this.
and switch
We'll
over
make
to...
use of this.
Here, I'll help Edelgard finish. Oh, wait, she already did. See, they're competent.
That ought to unravel their defenses.
They are decently competent, but of course if you put them in a dangerous situation, then, you know, don't be surprised if that thing happens.
Okay, how many thugs does this guy have working for him anyway?
Alois.
Repent, foul bandits! The Knights of Seros are here, and we'll cut you down for terrorizing our students.
No, not
This battle is practically won if the knights have arrived.
The Knights of Seros! Not now! If I don't kill at least one of them, Brent, I'm finished!
Another thief down.
Watch out. They're gonna make a last-ditch effort to rush our position.
Alright, if you click on an enemy unit, there's an option for all-out offensive, so this is a quick way
They must learn
to send
who they're
all
up
units to
against.
attack the same guy.
Form ranks and capture those bandits! Quickly now! This is where you die, dogs!
I'll just finish off this thief,
Take a breather.
switch over, see what's going on with Costas.
Feel that power? Maybe you can channel it like you did in the other battle.
And here he comes! Out of the way!
You're done!
I ain't done yet! You're gonna learn how double bandits can really be!
We cannot allow ourselves to perish here. I'm afraid we must spare no mercy for you.
Too late, Dimitri, we already spared no mercy.
Never should have taken this job!
Is it over?
When the battle ends, you can run around a little bit as the last character you were controlling. You don't get very much time, but if there's like an enemy drop that you wanted to pick up that you didn't, then you might be able to do that much. And S-rank the mission, which is very easy to do when they, you know, are just teaching you how to do stuff and you follow their orders.
Gotta keep aiming higher.
Just like Fire Emblem, your units can level up and their stats will randomly increase. You get an MVP for each battle and they get extra experience. Now we
Gotta
level up
keep aiming
twice.
higher.
You can level up your attacks and your class. And there's a bunch of stuff. So I got an item that'll increase someone's resistance. I got some gold to sell. I got some materials. Those will come into play later.
Hang on. You're seriously the Imperial Princess, the Crown Prince, and the heir to the Alliance?
Yes, and as the three of us are now in your debt, I think formal introductions are in order. My name is Edelgard von Hresvelg, Princess of the Adrestian Empire.
I am Dimitri Alexandra Blayford, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
And I'm Claude von Regan.
You know, Dimitri's
grandson of
initials
the leader
spelled
of the Leicester
dab.
Alliance.
Things looked grim there for a moment. Thanks to you, we put those bandits to flight.
Bit of a miracle we ran into you out there, but hey, I'll take it.
Let's see. Most loudly.
Tougher bandits than that out of my teeth. Those guys were nothing compared to how strong I want to end up.
Yeah, I can see the ambition in your eyes.
Well, aren't they an unlikely trio? I wonder why those bandits were after them.
Yeah, why would bandits chase after
Still, it's no
royalty,
concern
who
of
are
ours.
probably
We have
worth
our
a
own
lot of
plans to
money?
attend to. Now, collect your pay and be off before they get a wild idea and ask you to join them.
Yeah, speaking of
Say,
money, give
while
me
I
their
have you
money.
here, do you know where I can find Remire Village? I took a wrong turn somewhere along the way. I'm looking for a band of hardened mercenaries who follow a man named Gerald. I hear rumors that's where they're camped.
Actually, Remire might just be the village we've been looking for, too. That ring a bell, Edelgard?
The name sounds correct, at least.
Gerald's too smart to get smoked out by a bunch of rumors, but they're all I've got at the moment.
In any case, we won't find our own 2 feet in all this dark. We should return to camp and get our bearings before...
Hello there, house leaders. Hello, brave mercenary.
Here he comes.
We've mopped up what's left
The
of
man.
those rascals. So what say we return to camp? And I insist you accompany us, good mercenary.
Who? Me?
Man with the spiky shoulder
You heard
likes
the
to
man.
tell
We'll
dad
wait out the night
jokes.
together and make for the village in the morning. It's a great plan, especially if you want to get paid, as we're a tiny bit short on pocket change at the moment.
Yes. And those mercenaries you're looking for? Gerald's band, was it?
Yeah, they have a
may be in
band, you
Remire
know, they
Village
play
tonight.
woodwinds and
There's
stuff.
no telling when they'll move on. If you come back to our camp, we have maps that may help you get one step ahead of them.
This is clearly the wisest course of action. Not to mention that I would enjoy conversing with you further.
You're
But of
flirting.
course, the choice is yours.
Let me think. The smart thing to do would be nah.
Trust me, I don't want to go either. But there's little sense in denying the wishes of 3 noble scions. Let's play along for now and see how this unfolds.
But thou must. But
All
thou
right.
must.
But just for the night.
Perfect. Then might I borrow you for a moment after we reach camp? There's a matter we must speak about. Nothing alarming, I promise you.
I hope we're not going to
Right
set
then.
off any
So,
alarms.
But, if I may, did I hear you mention a Gerald earlier?
Yes. Do you know him? He heads up a pretty elite band of mercenaries, so I imagine his name is spread all over Fodlan by now.
Mercenaries, is it? No. No, it can't be him. Can it? Well, I'll just have to meet this Gerald myself. After I've seen my duties through, of course. After all, if I don't finish my assigned tasks, I'm mission the point.
There it is. The man.
Get it? Missing? Mission? Come now, this is good stuff!
That's our Aloise. Come on, let's get moving before he really gets going.
Western Barnabas territory. After a battle, you'll be able to interact with your allies at camp. Just like in Three Houses, where you would return to the monastery and be able to do some stuff. In this game, it's much smaller in scope. It's just whatever base camp you have set up, but a lot of the functions are similar.
if I'm honest.
I guess it did. Because they are there.
That's concerning.
Wish we could chat at length, but it seems the 3 class heads wish to speak to you. I cannot keep you all to myself. This is a great opportunity for you to bond with your rescuees. But, you know, maybe you can also do some bending, because you gotta stretch after a battle, right? Be ready for the next one. Stay limber. Make sure you don't pull anything. Meet the golden deer, who we will have probably no interaction with in this playthrough, because I've already done that on my own.
Thanks.
Hey friend, appreciate what you did back there. We'd have been in a world of hurt without you. Oh, and regarding compensation, Alois told me not to pay you personally. I guess they want to handle it as a church thing? Sorry about that. You sure I can trust this Alois guy?
Of course.
I guess I shouldn't expect you to have faith in a random stranger who walks by. In any event, you helped us out and everyone's extremely grateful for it.
Speaking of...
And I picked a dialogue option that he agreed with, so... Yeah, because Claude is also...
How's that?
Not quick to trust people. Very conniving sort. And if you want to learn about the possible units that you could
Have you met him yet?
be working
At
with,
first,
then
that image shattered pretty quick once I noticed him.
yeah, you can look at their base stats and they'll tell you a bit about the personality. Not going to go through all of them because I already know who I'm choosing, but it could help you make a decision if you're struggling. There you are. Thanks for your assistance in the previous battle. I'd like to discuss your future if you have a moment. If you find yourself with no place to go after we accomplish our objective, I'm hoping we might hire you on with the Empire.
What do you think?
I can promise you'll be handsomely paid, including the work you did today. So, what say you?
Let's see.
Decide later. Appreciate the offer. I'll think it over.
If you would.
Please do. Talent like yours is quite hard to come by.
On another matter.
By the by, have you spoken with the others here? If you'd like, I can tell you a bit about the Black Eagles. Just as an example, tell me about Petra.
Petra isn't from the Empire. She's the granddaughter of the King of Brigid, which is an archipelago situated off our western coast. You'll find her a quick study, a gifted fighter, and endlessly curious. But always come prepared to talk, because she'll definitely want to pick your brain.
Please be listening.
Hanneman! I am Hanneman, a professor at the Officers Academy. I hear tale of your recent exploits and wish to express my thanks. Oh, and on another matter, do you possess a crest? What's a crest? Crests are some magic noble thing, right? And well now, crests are a power that dwells in the blood and they're passed down through generations from parent to child. Those with crests may excel at magic or perhaps have the ability to wield heroes' relics. When I heard about what you did, I thought perhaps you were in possession of one, but seeing your reaction, I imagine you never looked into it. If you were to come to my residence at the monastery, I could take the time to conduct a full investigation. I've healed so many people today that I never want to look at a bandage again. And who do we have here? No, wait, don't say. Let me guess.
Got it.
You're a brave vagabond knight who appeared to boldly protect me from those brigands earlier.
Right
Sure.
on.
Yeah, that's me, all right. The name's Shez, by the way. You're very kind to go along with my little Jake.
Hi.
Well, I am Manuela, a professor at the Officers Academy, a doctor, and also a songstress of a world-renowned opera company. Though I've worked myself to the very bone today, so right now I am merely a sad and lonesome woman. Soldier. Dimitri.
You have my thanks.
Let me begin by first conveying my gratitude to you, Shez. We are in your debt.
Speaking of which,
I examined a map earlier, and the village where you are headed seems to be a little more to the east.
Thanks.
Thanks. Appreciate it. I checked the map earlier, but couldn't tell where in the woods I actually was. Well, I'm glad to be of service. I hope you are able to reach your destination this time.
by the way,
You'll be staying until sunrise, yes? I hope you'll take the opportunity to converse with the others here. Of course, now that I've sprung the idea on you so suddenly, you'll likely find yourself at a loss as to whom you ought to speak to.
how about this?
On that note, I would be more than happy to give you an introduction to any Blue Lion House students. Okay, since you're saying Ingrid, let's hear the Ingrid description.
Ingrid is the daughter of Count Galatea, and she is far more gallant than your run-of-the-mill knight. She has ever been straight-laced and diligent, even when we were but children. It is not an uncommon sight to find her scolding Sylvain for his indiscretions.
Looks like Dawn's almost here. Oh yeah, there's a run button.
I see.
Ah, Shez, have you spoken with the house
That's
leaders?
concerning.
Ah, you're leaving, but that won't
If
do.
I'm honest,
I was hoping I could ask something of you. Would you hear me out? I suppose.
my sincere apologies for asking this of you. I know you're heading for Ramire Village in order to find Gerald's mercenaries, but... well, perhaps you might consider changing your mind and accompanying us to Garreg-Mach Monastery instead.
And why would I do that, exactly?
Because you've done us a great service, and we don't have the means in camp to properly reward you. At the monastery, however, we can repay your kindness in full. Also, between you and me, this evening's turn of events was quite the embarrassment for the church.
Ooh, got that hot
We allowed
goss.
students of the Officers' Academy out of our sight, and house leaders of great political consequence at that.
Oh, you done
And then
goofed.
they crossed swords with bandits. If word got out, well, let's just say it would sit poorly with everyone. So you see why we must ensure you're well compensated. Also, there may be some papers for you to sign, perhaps in blood.
What'd you say?
This sounds more like hush money than a reward.
Yes, that's exactly what I told the fool knight who suggested it. Me, I'd just as soon send you on your way, but I fear I'm obligated to escort you back. Anyway, the whole thing will be much easier if you simply agree to come along. Just as a formality, of course.
I think that was a threat. And here I thought he was a big softy.
I mean, did you see his
Well,
shoulder
What do you
plate?
think? Garreg-Mach is in the opposite direction of where we need to be, but this man seems rather set on having us accompany them.
Well, the options are accept that you have no choice, or agree to go off your own volition.
You make a poor case, Alois, but I can see where this is heading. I'll come with you to the monastery, but I'm not staying a single minute longer than I have to.
Bless you, my friend. What a noble soul you are. I'd say you saved my bacon, but that would be utterly hammy.
Alois, has anyone ever told you that you're...
Don't. Some truths are simply too painful to bear.
Or too painful to pig in this case.
While I'm no expert, I fear the poor man's heart couldn't handle the shock.
Hmm? Told me what?
Told you how dashing you are in that armor. Not just any man could pull off that look.
Ah, you like it? Wonderful. I admit I've received no small share of positive comments on it. There's a grand story behind every last ding and dent. Enough to keep me talking for a week. Why, take this one here.
We heard you'll be joining us at Garreg-Mach. Perhaps somewhat unwillingly, I might add. I know
it's
this
more than
wasn't in your
perhaps.
plans, but if it lets us get to know each other better, perhaps it will prove worth it in the end.
Unwilling or not, we've got a long road ahead, so let's try to keep the mood light.
I hesitate to ask this considering you're only here because of us, but... well, are you sure about this decision? The last thing we want is to delay you from your own business.
I'm
The
actually
knights may
very
seem
unsure about
unwilling
this
to bend,
decision, because it
but
is the
it's not as
opposite
if
of
you
what
have no
I
say
want,
in the
but...
matter.
No one gets a say when they're up against a squadron of knights.
No, I suppose not. Apologies again for dragging you into this mess.
Yes, that's quite enough chatter. Let's save our energy for the road. To the monastery!
Listen, I know this one's on me. I'm the one who roped you into coming back to camp after all. But I'll find a way to make it up to you, I promise.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it.
A skeptic, huh? You know, I may look like a scoundrel, but I happen to be a man of my...
Hey! Hurry up back there or we'll leave you behind!
I think he was going to say, word.
You know you've had a busy day when you rub shoulders with the heirs to the Empire, the Kingdom, and the Alliance. I think they're a fascinating group of people myself, but what do you make of them?
Seems like Edelgard thinks high enough of me. She's got this elegant air about her, but somehow doesn't hold any disdain for mercenaries. It feels like Dimitri's always checking in on me, every chance he gets. He'll definitely make a good king, the kind who looks after his people. Claude's a laid-back kind of guy who doesn't really strike me as noble, and I mean that in a good way. Something tells me he's gonna be easy to work with.
Of course you only pick up on their rosy qualities. You really are a delight. Have I told you that lately? Still, you'd better pick up the pace before you vex these people any further.
Prologue. 3 Houses.
There's 3 of them? Nah, I'm kidding.
Deep in the forest, the mercenary meets a trio of youths, each a student at Garreg Mach's Officers' Academy, and a leader of one of the school's 3 houses. Striking down the bandit chief who attacked the students brings undue attention to the mercenary, who soon arrives at the hallowed gates of Garreg Mach.
Oh. It's a building.
And with that, may I present the mercenary I spoke of?
Greetings. My name is Rhea, and I am the Archbishop of the Church of Seros. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for rescuing our students.
It was nothing. You take a job, you make sure it gets done. That's what a mercenary does.
I see you do not lack for confidence.
Certainly not.
However, the reason we summoned you here was not simply to express our gratitude.
Yeah, keep it hush-hush.
We have a proposal for you. One made on behalf of the church itself.
What kind of proposal?
Someone told you of the Officers' Academy here at the monastery, yes? We would have you join this academy as a student.
This is where you will notice a pretty big difference between how events in this game play out to 3 Houses. Yeah, when Byleth reaches the monastery in 3 Houses, the gig is join the academy as a teacher. But in this game, we're demoted as student.
You what?
Though you are a mercenary, I understand you are not currently beholden to any one particular employer. Also, the students you rescued are close to your own age. Your life could be greatly enriched here.
Or she's heard about our power and wants to keep us on a short leash. And yet she's taking it almost as a given that we'll accept.
Let's turn her down.
Sorry, but the world's got other plans for me. I can't afford to stay here forever.
Oh, this would not be forever. You would only be enrolled for 1 year. Bear in mind that the Knights of Seros and many other powerful warriors pass through these gates. Whether you seek to someday become an officer or simply increase your own strength, this environment will undoubtedly aid in your pursuits.
They've really talked us into a corner here.
I picked the other option. The other option. The other option.
Alright, I'm in.
But thou must. But thou must.
Wise decision. We will do all we can to ensure you do not regret it.
I believe you will go far.
If I may, permit me to tell you a bit more about the school itself. The academy is divided into 3 houses and draws in the most promising young talents from every corner of Fodlan. Some are noble-born, while others spring from more humble roots. But within these walls, all are treated as equals. We ask our prospects to spend a year living under the same dormitory roof, so they can challenge each other, work hard, and grow together.
Each of our houses corresponds to one of Fodlan's 3 regions. Edelgard leads the Black Eagle House, which is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Dimitri leads the Blue Lion House, home to students
This is stuff
from
you
the
could very
Holy Kingdom
easily
of
skip
Fargus.
through if you've played 3 houses.
And Claude leads the Golden Deer House, for students from the Leicester Alliance.
We could select a house for you ourselves, but as all of this was our idea, perhaps we should leave this decision to you. You are something of a special case, after all.
So I can join any house I want?
Yes, you have simply to name it.
And this is where you make your decision. This is your final decision. So, whatever you pick here, that is your route for Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. Again, I went with the Golden Deer the first time I played 3 Houses and the first time I played 3 Hopes. Might be wondering, what did we end up picking for this? Because if you're not in the Discord, you don't already know. That's a picture of Edelgard. But we picked Dimitri.
So you wish to join Dimitri's Blue Lions?
Yep, that's the one. I'm sure of it.
May you build wonderful and lasting friendships in your new house.
Well then, with that taken care of, it's time to decide which of us will supervise which house.
Yes, it turns out we just underwent a last-minute roster change. I guess you two haven't met. This is Professor Yuritsa, our weapons instructor.
Hello.
Nice meeting you, sir. Don't load me up with too much homework, alright?
Yeah, screw homework.
Do my ears deceive me? Or is that curiosity I hear in your voice, Professor Yuritsa? I thought all the houses were the same to you. Perhaps you should be in charge of our new student's house.
I don't care.
Well, you'll certainly hear no objections from me. Professor Manuela, you and I can take charge of the remaining houses.
What? It's decided already? I was at least expecting a fight. Maybe some hair pulling?
So yeah, in this timeline, Byleth is not here, and Yuritsa is the 3rd staff
And
member.
as for you, my mysterious new student, I look forward to getting to know you much, much better throughout the year.
The gall of these people making decisions for you. It's enough to make one's head spin.
Right. In any case, I'm looking forward to learning from you, Professor Yuritsa.
I'll inform you of our first mission soon.
Sorry, what mission?
Oh, did we fail to mention that? Each month, every house in the academy is given a mission entailing some form of service to the church.
The students are now playable. Alright, in this house we get Dimitri. Soldier, focus on strength and dexterity. Dedu. They have physical defense and strength. Felix. Quite dexterous, very fast. Mercedes. High resistance and magic. Ash. Dexterous. Annette. Another magic user. Sylvain. More of a balanced paladin type. And Ingrid. So I would also say it's got pretty balanced stats.
Professor Yuritsa told me the good news. Welcome to the Blue Lion House. I'm excited for us to learn and grow together. But for now, please, make yourself at home.
Man, I look so weird in this uniform with my very vibrant purple hair.
Our whole house has been buzzing since we heard you were getting assigned here. So we're going to treat you to a welcome feast tonight. Assuming you're okay with the fancy offerings at the dining hall, that is.
You saved His Highness's life. That means the whole kingdom owes you one. And I can't think of a better way to get to know each other than gathering around the table for a meal.
Enough chatter. You're a mercenary, right? How's your swordsmanship? You must have some skill if the boar here gave you passing marks. But I won't know for sure until we cross blades at the training grounds. I'll see you there, before dinner.
Of course, I know why Felix is calling him the boar because I played every round in Three Houses.
That's no
in
way
Dimitri's,
to talk, Felix.
but
You were being rude.
you know, at this moment, that's still
I must admit,
a
I'm
mystery.
curious as well. Rumor has it you're quite the exceptional fighter.
I'm happy to spar with any of you. Frankly, this brings me right back to my old merc buddies.
Ah, yeah, my old merc buddies. They died 6 months ago.
Trade blows if you must, but please try not to injure each other. The training grounds can be a little tough to find. Oh, why don't I show you the way later? Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. One wrong turn and you're up in the library staring down the tallest stack of books you've ever seen.
And speaking of the library, back in Three Houses, Annette has some of my favorite support conversations. Specifically, the ones between her and Felix. Those are the best.
Yes, this is the largest monastery in Fodlan, so it's easy to get lost if you let your mind wander.
If you struggle to settle in, say so. You helped His Highness. We are in your debt.
And to do is my cinnamon roll. When I played the Blue Lions route in Three Houses, I had Byleth romance him.
We are to stamp out what's left of the Iron King's thieves. If I may, Professor, it seems a bit challenging for a first mission.
But their leader, Costas, has already been dealt with. If the professor thinks
I
us
just said
capable
how
of
much I
mopping up
like
the
to
rest,
do, so I'm not
I
saying
trust
you're
his
wrong
judgment.
about that.
Good. Prepare yourself.
Of course, Oh, he's gone.
Professor Yuritsa isn't much of a talker. Or easy to talk to, for that matter. I'm certain you'll get used to him. He may be a touch curt, but he's not a bad person at heart.
Still, bandit hunting right out of the gate? This is quite the mission.
After the events in the mountains, I hesitate to put His Highness in further danger.
Yeah, I hunted the bandits there, and now you have me. We'll be fine.
You worry too much to do. Besides, we have a trustworthy new ally coming with us.
I've given bandits a dirt nap before, and I'll do it again.
Huh, well, I'm convinced.
Whatever the case, we should be doubly prepared. And we'll be counting on our mercenary friend here to assist us.
I won't let you down.
Two weeks later.
There you are, Yuritsa. I have word from the knights.
It is time.
Yes. The bandits have fled north into the canyon bordering Count Ro's land in the kingdom. But the knights have cut off their escape, and now stand ready to provide whatever support the students may require.
We'll leave at once.
I needn't remind you, this is the first real battle for some of our charges. I trust you will keep them safe. Though I likely do not need to worry with an old hand like you at their side.
No, you don't. You there. It's time for the mission. Gather the others.
About time we saw some action.
I know, it has been a lot of cutscenes and dialogue. That's how beginnings
Lost
of games
sight
go
of them.
sometimes.
A shame to admit it, but yes. It's possible someone magicked the bandits away.
Magicked.
But why go to that kind of trouble for a handful of highwaymen scum?
So be it. We'll follow the blood scent.
Yeah, sniff their blood.
Right, of course. We'll follow... Wait, what?
We're leaving. Everyone, follow me.
Professor Yuritsa, where are you going? Well, he must have deduced where the bandits are. We should keep pace.
Pathetic.
Professor, it does not seem wise to charge ahead without... Hmm? What's this?
From the look of it, they're bandits. Or they were.
Dead by my hand.
Whoa. Wait, so are these the bad guys we were after?
Most likely. I caught them trying to escape to that fortress.
Interesting. That must be their stronghold.
In that case, we'd better clean the place out before they harm the nearby villages.
They've got their tails between their legs now, so this should be easy. Let's go.
Whoa there. Doesn't this whole fortress thing raise red flags for anyone else?
I mean, I don't see the red flags on the fortress. Do you think they're waving the red flag?
I agree. If this is their stronghold, why are there no signs of life?
It could be a trap to lure us in.
We'll be heroes if we manage to take out the entire
Felix
bandit
liked that
outpost.
response.
This is the kind of stuff I live for.
I wouldn't go that far, but I agree we need to investigate, especially if something seems off.
The decision is not ours to make.
That's right. We're still on a mission after all. It's up to Professor Yuritsa.
And I say, enter the fortress. Dispatch any bandits you find.
I'm such a teacher's pet. He agrees with me.
But isn't it dangerous for us to go by ourselves?
There can't be more than a handful. You should have no issue. If need be, I will intervene.
Yeah, you sound confident, but I've still got a bad feeling about this.
Brace for the worst. No guts, no glory, am I right?
Should things go awry, Your Highness, stay behind me.
If things go awry, I will fall back. And I expect the rest of you to do the same.
I'm more than ready for this fortress. Let's see if it's ready for me.
If the professor's with us, I'm certain we'll be fine.
Then it's settled. Stay vigilant, everyone.
Alright, here we are. Mission. Defeat the thieves. We've got Dimitri, Ash, Dez, and Dedu. Yeah, you can get a sense of the map ahead of time, so like Dimitri would not have an easy time in the stronghold ahead of us, but Dedu wouldn't. Dedu and Ash are neutral. Shez is gonna have an easier time. Dedu should be heading up the east side, possibly with Ash, and Dimitri will be fine when we get to the north. There are settings for auto battle. Tell them to attack aggressively, defend allies and your own strongholds, or just stand by. I'll leave the auto heal on. Okay, Dedu on defend, everyone else on attack. Fight!
We'll put the bandits to rout. Follow me.
And Yuritsa is helping us as an automated ally.
Here comes whoever they are. Looks like we'll have to fight our way out of this.
Got you.
Die, die, die. At the gates. What orders can I give? Ash, you start taking out that base. Petrie, work on that one. You're right next to it anyway. To move forward to this stronghold and defend it.
Let's begin. I will be your shield.
Well, that was something. Moving on.
And I'll have Shez move.
I made it. So this is what real battle is like.
Nothing happening over there at the moment. I think stuff is gonna happen over there later, though.
I'm not letting you pass. My life depends on it.
Now we know who to kill to open the gate.
I'm all right.
Down they go. Alright, where's this gatekeeper and who should be attacking him? Me, I should be attacking him. Look at me juggle this gatekeeper. Stabby, stabby. Slash, slash, slash.
I tried to stop them.
Let's secure the interior.
The gates are open. So I'm gonna reconfigure my orders.
Let's begin.
To do, defend this stronghold.
I'll do my best.
Ash move to the east.
About this.
We will proceed as planned. We must
Go
strive
there.
to perform to the
Not a problem.
Shez will go this
got
way.
This place is
I mean, I'm
bigger
Shez,
than
so
I
I'm gonna
thought.
make sure that he
Split up.
keeps going this way, but,
I
you know.
pray they find peace in the grave.
Don't let them in.
Let's take it for ourselves.
A treasure chest. We'll need to find the key.
I can get it open without one if you want. Not exactly.
Yeah,
proud of
yeah.
that skill, but
I was all ready to grab a nice haul from that chest, and now those intruders are all over the thing.
But there is a chest key if you want someone other than Ash to deal with it. In fact, I just passed by his location. So I'll turn around.
I know who has the key.
Interrupted that attack. Power that stun gauge. Follow up. And the key is mine. Ash won't have to resort to picking it.
We will proceed
Alright,
as
how's it going with Dimitri? You start taking
we
this
must
one.
strive to perform to the best of our ability.
Not a problem. I've got
I'm
this.
gonna order Shez to continue with that thief, and I'm gonna switch over to Ash.
leave this to me.
Just get a different flavor in here. Ash is the archer of the group. That's why his dexterity is his main focus. Gotta be able to hit those targets. Rain down the arrows. Boom. Treasure chest is right up here.
This mission has gotten out of hand.
I'll do my best.
Reach is there to help, so you
I'm a little nervous
attack
about
this
this.
one,
We
and
will proceed as
Dimitri
planned.
finish this
We
thing.
must strive to perform to the best of our ability.
While I take back
Not a
control of
Move out.
Fez.
Take a breather. I suppose this isn't exactly a trap, but I still don't know what to expect from where. Not a problem. Move out.
Here. The main objective is just here now. In that case, I'll launch all-out offensive.
We
Take
will
control of
proceed- we move.
Dimitri,
Now, I've awaited this moment.
so that I can have him quickly finish this before joining that all-out offensive.
It's an old structure, but very well built. These ruffians are lucky to have such a perfect hideout.
Back on Dimitri. Stabby, stabby. Alright, what's going on up here with the main event? Stronghold Captain's almost down because everyone else has been attacking him.
There. We've taken control of the fortress. Now, let us have a look around.
Search the basement. Something is amiss.
Hey, there's a prisoner down here. She looks like an academy student.
If you played Three Houses, you remember that student very well.
Are you here to rescue me?
Are you all right? What are you doing here? Never mind. We can discuss that later.
Thank you for saving me.
Don't let the girl escape, or Kranya will make us wish we were dead.
Alright, new faction has appeared. We gotta go deal with them.
Not a problem.
Let's begin. Come with me. It's time to move.
I'll control to do at this point.
We will proceed as planned. We must
Dimitri, charge
strive to
ahead.
perform to-
Not a problem.
Says charge further ahead.
I'll do my best.
Ash, start clearing out this
Let's move.
side.
I'll do my best. I'm a little.
Allow me.
It's not safe here. We must take the girl and run.
Escort blah 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 to safety. Do not let her die.
Well, we shook this hornet's nest, so it's on us to keep her safe.
It's not over.
Oh yeah, it's an escort mission. Where is she? Oh, does she mean the soldier we're already fighting?
Let's hurry up and get rid of them.
This stronghold will fall. Now's our chance to give him the slip. Still here.
Okay, now that I have myself attacking this person, I will have Dimitri do, you know, something else.
More bandits that eluded us. Leave none alive.
That should do it. Hurry.
My turn. My turn.
Sorry,
Where is this thief I'm supposed to
I'm
stop?
slowing down.
This way.
World is still a little wobbly at the moment.
Any arrows? Won't let you do anything.
Do what I must.
More are coming. These are no mere bandits.
Lock on.
That should do it. Hurry.
Well, that arrow barrage is good for the stun gauge, eh? Ah! No, do the follow-up. There we go. Much better.
Good. That's the last of them.
You can also charge shots with your strong attack button on an archer.
Okay, we should be safe here. I mean, I hope we are at least.
All right. Who came in here and trashed my beautiful stronghold?
Hello, lady.
Hi there, I'm Kranya, but you can just call me the lady that's about to murder you.
Oh, I was close. I just called you lady.
So,
I'll do my best. I'm a little nervous.
Ash, finish
about
what
this.
you're doing.
We will proceed as planned. We must strive to perform to the best.
Not a problem.
Dimitri, work on them. Shez, help with the main boss.
will be it. Kill her.
Dedu has a disadvantage against Kranya. Actually, I should send Dimitri here because he has a Night Needler
We will
skill
proceed as planned.
drawn against
We
horses.
must strive to perform to the best of.
Not a problem.
Shez can
I've got
still work
this.
on her
Let's
because
begin.
he's neutral, but Dedu, go
It's time to move.
east.
I've awaited this moment.
Do a little swap. Oh wait, she's not on a horse. Why did I think she was?
Now would be the time.
Still has advantage.
Pay attention.
Grant them no mercy.
Oh, you're not going anywhere, Monica. I have something very special planned for you.
Well, that went faster than I thought it would.
You asked for it.
Release the creature we captured.
Oh, wild demon beast.
It's some sort of beast. Get ready, everyone. We have to take it down.
Okay, so the beast has multiple stun gauges.
Attack in force.
So you typically want to stick multiple units on it to empty out as many of them as you can.
I am here to aid you.
This is going to be a long fight.
Its strength fades. Don't
Whereas this is one of the first demon beasts, so it's not as tough. But it does have multiple health bars. That's what you gotta watch out for.
We must.
Okay, the other units should arrive soon, but I can use the sword. The Shez. Wrap Strike took out a really good amount of the stun gauge, and now...
Demonic
And when your attack button stops working, then you know the mission is really over.
Alice isn't going to like this at all. You'll pay for this. You'll all pay.
These names are wholly unfamiliar to me. But at least we won the day.
S-rank.
Gotta keep aim.
I must keep
Holding
aiming
A to
high.
fast forward.
I think I've grown.
It's not like I have any control over these stats. We're not doing the whole teacher at the monastery thing. Jez was the MVP. Who could have seen that coming?
This'll help me break new boundaries.
Level up, learn stuff. It's good.
Hey.
Some weapons have attribute. Multiples of the same weapon can have different attributes. Some weapons will always have the same attribute. The Venom Edge, it's a poisonous sword.
We should be safe here for the time being. I'm well acquainted with Professor Yuritsa, but the rest of you are this year's Blue Lions, I presume?
That's correct. But if I
You
may,
tell from the blue?
How did you come to be wearing our uniform? Also, how do you know Professor Yuritsa? Were you enrolled at the Officers' Academy?
She's one of last year's students. A Black Eagle.
That would make you our senior, but what are you doing in a place like this? Well, I was just on the verge of graduation last year when I was kidnapped by the strangest people. In truth, I thought I'd never breathe fresh air again. Thank you for coming when you did. Oh, where are my manners? I'm Monica von Ox, eldest daughter of the Empire's Baron Ox.
Yes. I think I understand. This all began when the knights lost sight of the bandits and you gave chase. Afterward, you entered a suspicious fortress and rescued a missing student. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll be sure to smooth things over for you once we're back.
Finish the mission and we got a student back.
Sounds
I mean,
good. But,
shouldn't really be an
why
issue.
are you even here, Alois?
Because the knights sent for help after you left them behind. Did you expect anything different? Not that I'm trying to lay blame at your feet. I know you were following Professor Yuritsa's lead, so I think everyone involved can head home knowing they did just swell. For as you know, all's swell that ends swell.
Still, I find this a rather grave turn of events. To think the same bandits who attacked our charges were behind another student's abduction.
The nerve.
I never said I was kidnapped by bandits.
You didn't?
No, she said the
We saw
strangest
others
of
in the
people.
fortress, people who were clearly not bandits. This is just a thought. But what if they were the ones truly in charge, and the bandits mere pawns?
Yeah, there was one real piece of work. Kranya, I think, who managed to escape. I've seen all kinds of people as a mercenary, and she was definitely not your everyday bandit.
You're on the right path. Perhaps I should just tell you who kidnapped me, seeing as I already know.
That would be
What?
helpful information.
Why didn't you mention this earlier?
Everyone was busy speculating, so it was difficult to cut in.
What do you know, child? Out with it.
Well, the one who kidnapped me was Tomas the librarian. I'm certain of it. I could tell from his gait, and how he held his staff. I suppose he isn't the simple scholar you think he is.
Tomas?
Hearing
Impossible.
Tomas accused like this doesn't hit quite as
But
hard
Tomas
as
has
it
been
would
at Garrick
when you're
Mach
playing
even
Three
longer than
Houses and
I
you could
have.
actually interact with them a
I
bunch
don't
by
want to
this
believe
point.
it, but based on what you say,
But you know,
we've
this
no
game
choice
moves
but
at
to
a different
investigate.
pace.
But Sir Alois,
Be on guard. If Tomas is in league with Kranya, he is dangerous.
very well. I will quietly report the matter to Lady Rhea and leave the decision in her hands. Not a word of this to anyone. Is that clear?
Well, now things are getting interesting. Honestly, did not see this coming. So what do you make of this Kranya? Why do you think she was at the fortress?
You seemed preoccupied with her during the battle. She a friend of yours?
Sadly, I wouldn't know. My memory is but a shadow at this point.
We've known each other for 6 months. Or only
Gone,
now.
Vanished. Lost. I remember meeting you. But before that, nothing at all. And yet, the moment I saw her, I was struck with the most inexplicable feeling.
Well, you see, when a woman is
I couldn't
pretty,
tell you if it was revulsion or affection. It was simply pure emotion.
And here I thought I had it tough.
yeah, that uniform does
Worried
look
about me.
uncomfortable.
How adorable. Oh, but I do love that about you.
And so, the knights have been ordered to apprehend Tomas. As it happens, he's been absent from Garrick Mach for the last several days. They are using this opportunity to prepare quietly, and intend to seize him upon his return.
Hard to believe someone within the monastery was working against us.
It's shocking, yes, but we have testimony from the very person he abducted. Not to mention all the other evidence they found. No surprise they want to bring the guy in.
This could be our only chance to find out about his co-conspirators.
So who is this Tomas guy anyway? You say he works in the library?
He used to help me track down all manner of obscure books. I always thought he was just a kind old man. Tomas is the last person I'd picture as a murderous kidnapper.
I asked around, and it seems he's been in his current position for over 40 years. Why he'd choose to lash out at the church now is beyond me.
Maybe his feelings aren't new. There could have been troubling signs for a while that we aren't aware of.
Even if that's true, what is the point of kidnapping a student?
Ransom, maybe? The kidnapped student is from an imperial house.
Always about the money with my mercenary
Maybe
brain.
he wants to tarnish the church's reputation.
Wow, look at you reasoning things out. Your new friends must be rubbing off on you.
Your Highness, did this man hire the bandits that attacked you in the mountains?
That's what I'm told, but I've yet to confirm it. There is evidence that seems to link them.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to feel a lot less safe after this.
You're not alone. Rumors are flying around the monastery about who else might be a traitor.
Yeah, whoever else. I mean,
You'd think the church would do a better job
who
vetting
would
the people
know?
they employ.
Maybe it's not so easy to... Hey, do you hear that? Something's happening outside.
Are they ready at the gates?
Yes, sir. Every exit is covered.
Well, well, it sounds like Tomas has returned. I don't know why I know this, but you need to get out there, and quickly.
I think he's here. I'll be back.
Shouldn't we take a moment to... Very well. We'll be right behind you.
There he is!
That man down there.
Lady Rhea wants to speak with you. I suggest you accept.
This doddering persona of mine will benefit me no further.
What is this?
doddering is a fun word.
Familiar, right?
of vermin. You will pay for this.
How much is it gonna be? I know about money because I'm a mercenary.
Find him!
Right!
What he did was just like...
Prologue. Crisis in Ferdiad. Upon his return to Garreg Mach, the humble Tomas shapeshifts and flees, and not even the Knights of Ceros's most concerted efforts can track down the erstwhile librarian.
The erstwhile librarian.
Dimitri elects to keep an eye on
It's
events
quite
from
the
afar
phrase.
and not involve himself in the disturbance. Soon, however, an urgent message arrives from Ferdiad, capital of the Kingdom of Fargus.
Well, that was certainly an unexpected conclusion to the whole Tomas saga. Thanks to his
If you like
shapeshifting
the
ability,
Three
he
Houses
slipped free of the
characters
Knights
and
in
the
his sleep.
Warriors gameplay, then certainly.
Shapeshifting.
Although it has to have gone on sale a few times
Yes,
since it
that's
came
what I
out.
said.
Because
Also, I know
you know,
what
it's
you
a
wanna
couple
say
years old
next.
now.
His powers are just like the ones you gave me.
it's yeah, like the main reason to play it is, well, aside from, you know, liking the way Warriors games play, is just, do you want to spend more time with these characters through Des and see like up to 3, you don't have to play all 3, like up to 3 additional branches that were not present in the original 3 houses. Things will play out a little differently and there's more what if scenarios.
Don't feel like sharing, hmm? All the same, I saw what you saw. Clearly, we don't have a monopoly on shapeshifting.
Now that everyone knows about Tomas, some of them must have connected the dots back to me. At least they've had the grace to keep it to themselves.
I'll have to
It's
check. I know a
because
lot
they
of the
trust
Warriors
you.
games do let you play 2-player.
Hold on, someone's coming.
You know, split screen, controlling 2 separate units. Actually, wait, I have the box right here. It'll say on the back.
Something wrong?
Yep, this
No,
one does support the 2-player
I
split
simply
screen.
wanted to check in after the unsettling events of the other day.
Well, it's not like I'm a quivering wreck or anything, but it's gonna make my life a lot harder if my powers end up being evil.
Perhaps. And yet... How do I put this? Power is neutral. The good or evil of it comes from the one who wields it. For example, I possess extreme strength. And have always
Another
believed
thing that
this
I
gift
mentioned
was
before
bestowed
you
upon me so that
showed
I
up
might
in
protect
chat
others.
that maybe you want to consider if you're
you
on the fence about the
used your
game.
power to
I did
save
a
us,
full review.
which means it cannot possibly
Like a
be
full
evil.
video review going detail by
Didn't mean to
detail
fish
through
for
the
sympathy
systems
there,
in the
but-
game and
Well,
what I thought.
thanks.
I didn't evaluate the
apologies if I
multiplayer though, because I've never played one of these with a second
been looking
person,
all
but
over for you, Prince
I can at
Dimitri.
least now confirm that
Her
it
Grace the
is
Archbishop
possible.
is asking for you.
I don't know how well it'll
She
run in
requests that you
2-player,
come to the
mind you.
audience chamber immediately.
I didn't notice any major
Duke
performance
Frogarius has
issues
arrived for a visit.
in single player, but I'm sure that it's
Rodriguez
not
here.
as great in 2-player.
I'm on my way. Let us continue this discussion later.
Yeah, it's on the channel. I don't give it a score or anything, but I just try and weigh the pros and
What did you
cons by
say?
the end of it.
I've only just heard the news, so I'm a bit hazy on the finer points.
And it is based on Claude's route.
seems my
I don't
uncle
go
has
into
seized
the
control of the
story
capital
spoilers
and
at
declared
all.
war on House Fraldarius. All signs point to him wanting to stamp the line out entirely.
I'm playing Dimitri's route now
That's
because I
Felix's
already played
family, right?
Claude's route before that.
They're one of the kingdom's leading houses. What does the royal family gain from eliminating them?
I'd wager it has to do with House Fraldarius supporting my claim to the throne.
The bigger question is why the Grand Duke chose to launch an offensive now of all times.
Whatever the reason, he must have decided to act before His Highness's coronation could take place.
I must beat the crown.
My uncle claims House Fraldarius is attempting to install me as their puppet. As such, he issued a written appeal to the Western Lords to help him rescue me from the Duke's foul clutches, as he puts it.
In what cruel world would our noble house take the reins of a boor like you?
Don't ask me, it's his pretext.
So what exactly is going on in the capital? You said it's been seized. Oh dear. I do hope nobody there has been met with foul play.
He's in no position to engage such a move until I've been removed from the situation.
I say the Regent should be dealt with. I haven't heard one good thing about his leadership.
I've no intention of becoming a pawn in this game. All the same, I must return to Fargus at once. Dedue, you will accompany me.
He is proud to do so.
As you wish, Your Highness.
Or to do so.
Felix, I'm sure your father will contact you soon. For now, just wait for Rodrigue to weigh in.
Ash?
Sorry, it's just that Lenato used to be in the Grand Duke's service, so...
He is a man of compassion. It's not out of the question he'll be swayed to my uncle's side. Truth be told, we're not sure where anyone's allegiances lie at this point. So let's not hasten to conclusions, any of us. We must all keep level heads. I'm told you are sending the knights to help us, Lady Rhea. I do not wish to sound ungrateful, but are you sure you want to do that?
The Church of Seros cannot overlook this grievance.
Regrettably, many of our knights were dispatched elsewhere several days ago on another matter. However, while we may lack numbers, we have put together a unit of considerable skill. It will be captained by someone near and dear to you, in fact. Someone well suited to a mission within the kingdom.
Oh, who do we get?
Someone near to... Ah, of course. That is encouraging.
Since its very inception, we have watched over the kingdom of Fargus as one would their own child. When its peace is threatened, the Church has no choice but to act.
I have not forgotten your outpouring of aid after my father's passing 4 years ago, and I swear to repay that kindness in full.
One other thing, a suggestion, if you will, from the Church.
Interesting. So she wants all of us to go with you?
Yes. This time, the Knights of Seros will be accompanying us, in addition to Professor Yuritsa.
Well, I certainly don't mind. But Annie and Ash, what about you? You know I'm always behind you. But considering what it means for my uncle, I don't know. House Dominic's lands are surrounded by other houses that are likely to support Rufus's claim. If I join you, it could sour my family's relations with our neighbors.
I'll go. I mean, of course I don't want to get Lenato into any trouble, but I also know he'd want me to do what I think is right.
I'm sorry to place such a difficult decision on your shoulders, Ash.
I will reluctantly
I'm really
agree.
not sure about this, but I also have nothing to gain by staying here at the Academy. Besides, I want to use my powers to help. After all, the good or evil of a thing comes from the person wielding it. Am I right?
Indeed it does. You have my thanks.
There you go again, throwing yourself headlong into the first conflict you find. No wonder I have to keep stepping in to guide
Conflicts help us grow.
Still, we basically have no choice.
And they're
so
unavoidable at
run
times.
wild, I guess.
I'll inform you of the details soon. Please ensure you're prepared by then.
We'll be in 30-eyed before we know it. Guess I should see what the others are up to.
Yes? Nice day we're having.
Well now, are you a student at the Officers Academy? I'm Rodrigue Akil Fraldarius, the very man at the center of the maelstrom we find ourselves in. You have my apologies for getting you involved in this recent discord.
So basically...
So you must be Felix's dad. Indeed, and I hear you've been quite the boon to my
Would it
son.
bother you?
Military strength will be essential if we are to take the royal capital, so I would ask your aid in the matter if at all possible.
That's right.
Now that I think about it, I heard something when we were leaving Garreg Mach. Evidently, Professor Yuritsa set out for the Imperial capital along with the Black Eagle. And if I'm not mistaken, most of the Knights of Seros have some sort of business which kept them from joining us. I'm certain it's not Academy related, but I wonder what Annie and the others are doing.
This way.
I am Gilbert, charged with commanding the Knights of Seros in the coming battle. Should the need arise, I hope you will rely on me. I will not permit any harm to come to the students of the Officers' Academy. The fact you were specifically dispatched here must mean you have some connection to the kingdom, maybe even the capital? Indeed, but only slightly more than the other knights. That does not mean every one of the Blue Lions will be joining us.
Let's see.
I guess Annette had some reason for not coming. Oh, so, yes.
Well,
Sure this is okay, Ash? Lord Lanata was once a servant of the Grand Duke. Yes, when he learned of the circumstances, he told me to hold on to what I believed was just.
Let's see.
Lord Lanata was your adoptive father, right, Ash? He sounds like quite the man. Thanks. I hope to be just like him someday.
Let's give it a go.
Which is exactly why I'm going to do what I believe in, Ingrid. Don't worry. Maybe you really are suited to be a knight, Ash.
Got a sec?
Don't look so glum, Dimitri. Everyone fights with their family at some point. You have a wit like a rapier. Perhaps I'd do well to pick up a bit of that cheer. I had a missive sent to my uncle, but I wager I'll not receive a reply. Please continue with preparations so that we can set out immediately if the fighting starts. I loathe the Grand Duke. He tried to harm His Highness on countless occasions. His Highness's first campaign was suppressing the rebellion in the west. That too was a plot of the Grand Duke. Only because of House Fraldarius did His Highness emerge unscathed. Assassination attempts continued unceasingly in the palace afterward as well. And given what happened with King Lambert and Dusker, His Highness must be aware of the man's ill intent. I had a business meeting come up in Ferdiad, but that's been cancelled. It's hardly the time for that now. I'm sure you remember the king went to meet with the leaders of Dusker, yes? Well, they were beset by attackers from Dusker on their way there. All were killed. Only the young prince made it. Someone marshaled an army and sent soldiers to raise Dusker immediately. In the meantime, Ferdiad is all in chaos without a king. Dusker really made a mistake here. They're all going to be punished for the actions of a few extremists. Still, considering what they did, maybe they deserve it. I suppose that means we can no longer trade with Dusker. Shame. There's gold to be mined near Gwen... I was not prepared for that name. Gwenwivar? And their blacksmiths are exceptional. No matter what, don't do anything until I return. A merchant's letter sent from Ferdiad. Yeah, keep an eye out for blue sparklies in the base camp, just like back in the monastery. You can find free items and stuff. In that case, we got a bit of side lore.
Got a second?
Hey, cheer up, Felix. Your dad's getting worried. I know how unpleasant it feels to have people make weird claims about your family. Don't act as if you have it all figured out. This sort of thing would never bother me. So if that's not what's bothering you, why do you look like you just got punched in the gut? Because a certain someone's indecision is making me sick to my stomach.
Not good.
Look, if you're that concerned about His Highness, you just say something to him. Why would the job of cheering him up fall to me? Guess I better get some rest before the fighting. When you're wandering around base camp, you can manually save whenever you want. Ugh.
You have my thanks.
We shall depart the moment everything is ready. Please be sure to rest.
Duke has stamped out most of the troops who invaded Fraldarius. As things stand, a clash on royal soil and eventually within the capital is inevitable. As you are the only blood kin I have, my lord, I pray we might find a way to resolve this conflict peacefully. Bah, what rubbish. He sings of conciliation, but I know a threat when I read it.
Shouldn't you take better care of a letter from your dear nephew, my lord?
He's not expecting a reply. The creature means to slay me.
Your fear of Prince Dimitri runs deeper than I thought. You shouldn't have missed your chance 4 years ago in Dusker, or 2 years ago during the suppression of the rebellion. That's twice you failed to kill him.
I've learned my lesson. A lion's cub is still a lion, and one cannot slay a lion with a clumsy scheme. It's those monstrous eyes, Cornelia. They terrify me. The boy is a vicious animal, yet he attempts to feign actual grief that we can't find common ground. The aberrance of it shakes me to my core.
I understand completely.
Every night since I killed my brother, I dream a lion is ripping out my throat.
Hey, Mondu.
You'll run yourself ragged if you live your days in fear of revenge. You were meant to rule Fargus, and you have the power to make it so. Your royal army is the finest in the realm, and if I may be so bold...
I mean, you can tell the Three Houses took off to a gigantic degree. Because, you know, they're just expanding on these characters, and, like, you never spent this much time with Cornelia and Rufus back in the original game.
Put your worries to rest, my king. Sleep deeply and without fear.
I'm so utterly tired. Tired of being afraid. Tired of what I've become. All of it.
I see. And how much longer until Tullus gives the word?
I know only that something is amiss in the Imperial capital.
Curse it all! I am not waiting 1,000 years for that doddering old fool to act.
That's the second time they've... If I had a nickel for every time they said doddering, I'd have 2 nickels.
Rally the Western Lords and their troops, and be quick about it. Have them make ready to intercept that whelp.
As you command, Cleobulus.
According to our scouts, the enemy has positioned their troops on the capital streets.
So they can use the townsfolk as shields when we take the fight to them. With vulgar tactics.
Well, now that we know their strategy, our next move will be critical. A victory stained with the
doing
people's
good.
blood achieves
I
nothing.
wrote a rap song for work.
We'll need to move our forces swiftly, but with caution. Dedu, has there been a reply from my uncle?
Nothing of yet.
I thought not.
Your Highness, will you truly be able to strike Rufus down when the time comes?
I will do what is required of me.
Yeah, we're, today is a
Preparations are
Thursday,
complete, Your
so I get the kids back in 6 days.
The people are waiting
Plus
for
some
you,
new
Dimitri.
ones.
Let's not keep them any longer.
No, we'd best not.
You're our commander, but you look like you're heading for a funeral. Could you maybe try not being so insufferable?
Apologies for my demeanor. I've more than a few things on my mind. But very well. Let's begin our final war council.
You look pale. Not keen on fighting your own blood?
It's still so weird to me, like, because this isn't a mainline game, your protagonist, like, is an actual character with a voice.
Sadly, I saw this fight coming.
And I know
long
that
ago.
I'm 2 hours into this stream now, and of course he's been talking the whole time, but...
Then what's the problem?
Now that I've brought the fight to the streets of the capital, I wonder if my actions are right. Most of the people here favor keeping the royal line of succession. That's because my father and the kings before him maintained peace inside these walls. But ever since my uncle seized power, the people have been forced to endure his licentious
Oh no,
reign.
it is a good thing. I'm just so not used to it from Nintendo.
Did you know they asked me to assume the throne?
Like,
before
imagine
my
one
time at the
day...
Academy?
Well, Zelda's
said
the
only a
star
true
of the
king
next
could undo
Zelda
Rufus's
game, but
misrule.
imagine one day Link starts talking for real.
So why didn't you?
Because it would have divided the kingdom, just as it's doing now. Yet had I supported my uncle's claim, it would have been open rebellion. And the only way to prevent such a rebellion is to invade the capital and kill the regent. In other words, I cannot restore my grandfather's peace without first breaking it.
In that case, there's
Gotta
no
crack
reason
a
to
few
hesitate.
eggs.
You know fighting is the only answer here. You just have to accept it.
2 of the eggs we're gonna crack are attached to a certain woman's chest.
My apologies. I have a bad habit of agonizing over such things. And as all of you have come this far to help me, the least I can do is make an attempt at optimism.
Next battle, defeat Rufus. Alright, so here's the thing. Your army will often have more than 4 characters on it. Because, I mean, you've seen the houses, all 3 of the houses, but in our case, the Blue Lions. You know, there's more than 4 students, and usually the whole group gets sent out on a mission. In this case, Annette had reasons for staying out of it, but most of the group is here. And you can see there's actually 8 units on the map right now. There's Dew, Shez, Ingrid and Mercedes are down here. Felix and Sylvain are down there. Dimitri and Ash heading up the west side. That said, in any Warriors game, ever since they introduced the ability to switch characters on the fly, the maximum limit on that has been, and still is, 4. But they're not limiting you to the 4 characters for the fight. So what happens is you're now in charge of deciding which 4 are going to be the ones that you can take control of, and which 4 are going to be automated for the fight. You can still give orders to them on the map screen, just like with your main 4 units. So if I leave Mercedes in this diamond shape here, it means I won't be controlling her actively, but I can still say, Mercedes, go try and take this stronghold. Or Mercedes, guard Dimitri. And stuff like that. So you do get control over them. Just not directly, so you do got to decide here which 4 units are going to be your main buddies for this mission. Jez is the main character, has a lot of advantage on the east side here. The Dew has a lot of advantage on the west side, so I'm actually going to switch his position over there, put him closer to where he'll be more useful. We haven't played with Sylvain yet, and it looks like he'd be just as useful as Dimitri here, so I'll switch him in. I forget, am I allowed to switch Shez out? No. No, I am not. Shez is locked in. That is the player character. Mercedes has a lot of disadvantage right now. Ingrid, on the other hand, Felix, swap with Ingrid. I think Mercedes is going to be on guard duty because she's not immediately useful in this fight. Some other units may spawn in later that change that. And if Annette was available, and there was only 8 spots, but more than 8 units, then I could use this menu to swap someone else in. But again, she had her reasons for not being here. So we're just going to use the 8 that we have. Anyway, we're still early in the campaign, so I don't really need to overthink my initial positions here. It's telling me to equip. Convoy. Yeah, this is just an objectively better sword, so sure, we can put that on. I can give someone a shield if I want. Why not give it to my main character? We don't have battalions yet, that'll come later. All my lances have been assigned. So... yeah, I don't have any other extra weapons. Also, I find it really funny that the tomes are supposedly made of iron for the mages. Oh, other than I can double check is if I have other options for combat arts, and the answer is yes, a lot, apparently. I mean, Shez at the moment can only equip these first 5, but if you do any sort of class changing later, or if you level up the skills in some other way, then maybe these other ones become open. Right now he has Wrath Strike and Grounder. Just for sake of demonstration, let's say that I equip Windsweep instead. Also, there is a button that claims to be able to optimize this. Didn't change anything. Sylvain has those two. They're locked into those. Yeah, Shez is the only one who has options right now. Alright, let's do the fight.
As we feared, the soldiers are using the townsfolk as shields. What cowards!
And our first priority is to secure the people's safety. My uncle... wait. We'll start by eliminating guards on the capital perimeter. Commence the attack.
It is the stronghold.
This will go faster if we split into 2 groups.
They're coming. Shore up the defenses. Let's do this.
Alright, I'm gonna check my order screen, make sure people are going where I want them to go, and so far, yep. Got my west group in the west and my east group in the east. Now, does it let me do this yet? Yes it does. You can assign adjutants. So let me explain that real quick. Maybe you don't want to order 8 separate units around. Or maybe you've got someone like Mercedes who doesn't really seem equipped for this fight at the moment. I'm going to assign Mercedes to Ash as an adjutant. If you've played some past Fire Emblem games, you may have heard of the pair-up mechanic, and this is that.
I'm here to help, if you don't mind.
Once she reaches Ash, they will merge into one unit, one pair, and control them simultaneously. Mercedes kind of falls into the background, but will be supporting Ash's attacks. So I'll show that in a hot minute.
I almost broke a sweat there.
Okay, you can see Mercedes' portrait next to Ash in the character select on the left side.
Perimeter is secure. Stand back. Things should be easier now that we know our backs are safe.
It's not like you can see Mercedes following Ash around or anything.
Ensure no harm comes to the people.
But every unit has some sort of effect that they grant as an adjutant. And I believe that because Mercedes is the white mage type, that she will occasionally offer healing.
We should probably open them up so we can get reinforcements in here.
Yeah? A fine idea. And if things go awry,
Ow.
we might need another way out.
Alright, there's a side mission. Let me start assigning some people to some stuff.
Not a problem.
I'll do what I can. It's worth a shot.
Felix, go ahead. Says charge forward.
Begin the operation. Our orders are clear.
Ingrid attack this one. Dedue attack. Oh, I can't go that way yet. Oh, yeah, there's a giant purple door blocking me. Okay, I'm going to assign Dedue to defend this because there's nothing nearby for him to readily do.
Hear you loud and clear. I'll make short work. We will
Sylvain and
proceed as
Dimitri can go further forward.
Clearly, that apple did not fall far from the tree.
To think they would involve innocent people. We must
Rain
end
down
this
my
now as
arrows.
soon as we can.
I'll do what I must.
Don't let them in.
Right there.
I'll do my best.
Ash, work on this
I'm a
base.
little nervous about this.
Not a problem.
Let's go take the next stronghold. And I'm going to switch over to Sylvain. Let's see a bit of him. You can see Ingrid working on her own there. Won't be actively controlling her in this match, but she's still doing her part because I ordered her to.
stronghold will fall.
Yes, Sylvain, take your very long stick here. Of course, he's very used to doing that. Come up. Oh, let me do my big follow-up attack. Whee! Back at it. Ash is still fighting here.
Not a problem.
Liz came up this way. This group is about to meet here. Fez can plow the way north.
I'll do what I can. It's worth
with
a
Felix's
shot.
help.
I'll do my best.
This stronghold will fall.
I'm going.
Alright, Dedue isn't really doing much.
Let's begin.
Defend this one instead, so you'll be closer to the action.
Take a breather.
Not a problem. I've got this.
Got that one.
I'll do what I can. It's worth a shot.
That one.
We will proceed. We must strike.
Dimitri,
Begin
fight
the
here.
operation.
Ingrid.
Our orders are clear.
They all have disadvantage. Actually, you know what? Dedue does not.
It's time to move.
It's Dedue's time, baby. There's that cyclone that I equipped earlier. Make some short work of them. In fact, it makes it a breeze. Am I Alois? I'd like to think I'm a little better than Alois, but you know. It deduces he's the main gate palace. Yeah.
Sorry, Your Highness. Stole your thunder there. Your Highness, you're all right. Some nights we should have never let it come to us. Do not blame yourselves. However, if you seek to make amends, lend me your strength to help me reclaim the capital.
Got some support. Oof. Alright, where are we at? Ash isn't gonna get much further that way, because there's something blocking up there. So let's have him rejoin the main fight.
I'm a little nervous about this.
I'm on.
Let's begin.
To do defend the
I will be
soldier.
your shield.
Hear you
That's
loud and
something
clear.
you can do. Sylvain
make
can
short work
start
of this.
heading up
Begin the
west with
operation.
Ingrid. In fact,
I have your back.
no,
Begin
not
the
guard.
operation. Allow me to lend
Ingrid,
a
you're an
hand.
adjutant now.
We will proceed as planned. Allow me to help you. I can
So is
hold my
Dimitri.
own in a fight.
Or
Leave
adjutants.
this to me.
With less units to monitor, and they'll be a bit more powerful on their own. Oh, better use a vulnerary.
This should help.
There's little gauges next to the adjutant's portrait that'll show when they're gonna do a defensive boost or an extra attack.
Let's take the stronghold.
Fill those up by doing your usual combos.
Watch and learn.
Ash, where were you? Just to be sure, your order is to go there, and now back to Sylvain.
Forgive me, my lord. I see our enemy is somewhat competent. Deal with this Viscount Lyman.
Viscount Lyman.
We will save Prince Dimitri from that vile puppeteer who controls him.
Alright, they approach us.
Let's begin.
Alright, to do, you're gonna be the one to take up
It's
that
time
east
to
side
move.
enemy force.
I'll do my best.
Ash will help.
I'm a little nervous about this.
Not a problem.
Let's see, what's Shez up to? For once, Shez is just
I'm
gonna
here to help.
defend here.
I'll do what I can. I'm here to help.
I'll keep controlling Sylvain.
We need.
Having a little trouble telling how to get where I'm going.
Hear you loud and clear.
I'll make sure to take care of those soldiers.
I'll order him
before
and then
we're
I'll come
boxed
back
in.
to him and he'll be where I want him to be. Sometimes it just comes down to that.
Guard this place with your lives.
Hold the position. None of them get through.
I'm going.
Take a breath.
Back to
Watch and
Sylvain.
learn.
Some extra gold from that.
My turn.
Alright, where's Shez? There's some big enemies coming. Who he doesn't have advantage against, but again, that doesn't mean we can't beat them.
Not a problem.
So let's go that. See the enemy with the red arrow. I'm supposed to have disadvantage.
Let's take the
That is
stronghold.
true. I have disadvantage. So if I get hit, bad things happen. And my attacks are less effective. But with enough ingenuity about how I was going to attack the stun gauge, look, it didn't really matter all that much. Especially because it was only one red arrow.
This is just
Not like a
sad.
double red arrow
Can we
situation.
please hurry and get this?
Not a problem. I've got
Battle over with.
stand back.
I've got this.
There's Ingrid's adjutant attack coming in. Keeping that combo going. Allowing me to stun him, finish him off. Excellent. Sylvain has
Hear
opened
you
the
loud and
gate.
clear.
Oh, if Ash was over here, he could pickpocket the chest, but the key is hiding in here. That's still closed off.
I'll make sure.
Here I go.
I'll show you what I can do. Stand back. Got you. You like that?
Launch. Yeah, that simple YX combo to launch enemies comes in very handy.
I'll show you no mercy. Out of the way.
I don't care what kind of advantage or disadvantage I have, a special attack is still a special attack.
You're done.
Bam.
Seize this moment.
I'll do it.
What are you guys up to? There's not really anything else going on up here.
I'll do my best.
So work your way back to us. In fact, I'll just have Ash go to the chest
Let's begin.
and see when he gets there.
It's time.
My turn.
I'm going.
Leave this to watch and learn. Got you.
We're back in Sylvain land.
Me too.
There's Ingrid being helpful again.
Hear you loud and clear. I'll do my best.
I'll do it.
My turn. I'll show you no.
Sweep you away in the wind.
Please, Your Highness, you must must see reason. We're only doing our duty.
Take him into custody. I have a lot of questions for him.
At once, Your Highness.
The town should be safe for the time being. Let's press on to the castle.
How do we breach the castle with the drawbridges up?
These people are hopelessly outnumbered. Unleash our units from the strongholds and crush them all.
Alright, now the central strongholds are open.
I'll do what
Felix
I
can help.
It's worth a shot.
He's a good guy, sometimes.
Let's begin. It's time.
We do head up the east side. Ash, keep heading towards that chest, cause I said so.
Not a problem.
I with Shez shall just do this one that's right here in the north.
There are controls by the castle gates that lower the drawbridges. You can do so from within the strongholds.
Lower the drawbridges.
The troops that escaped the castle have taken up position.
Something that'll be much easier to do once I finish off that horde right there. I think I handled that well.
We must retake them at once and ensure the town is safe for good.
Is this where the drawbridge control is? Or is that something?
Not a problem.
Ah, whatever.
I've got this.
Shez will press on.
I'm going.
If you're here to rescue us,
I will check
give
in
us
with
the
to do.
honor of joining you in battle.
Now's our chance. Attack!
Gotta go down this way. Pick up some weapon durability from this purple pot. That's how you can keep using your arts. These purple potions do the same thing, but they're enemy drops.
Let's begin. It's time to move.
I'll do what I can. It's worth.
Take a breather.
I'm going.
My turn.
What are you doing? Oh yeah, I sent you over here to deal with the chess, and I guess
Hear you loud and clear.
you just walked right past it. Where is this thing? Wait, oh, I hit the wrong button. Sorry, the A button that you would normally expect to open a chest with in most games is your big special attack button. And there were no enemies there, so that was totally wasted.
I'll do my best.
Ash, come help.
I'll do it.
Felix sees the inner sanctum. I do defend the central area.
I'll do what I can.
Felix. Out
It's
here.
worth a shot.
Thane is doing stuff.
My turn.
That's the last of the strongholds. We should be much quieter around here from now on.
Don't let them in.
Thank you, random soldier, for the extra help. Yep, this is where the drawbridge controls are.
We need to find
They're going down.
You're done!
That the stronghold is mine.
Well done. Now to lower the drawbridge.
Good. Now.
Oh wait, that's great, because now Sylvain can just join us over here real quick, like.
Here, you laddie. I'll make short work of this.
I'll do my best. I'm a little nervous.
Sylvain and
about
Ash will
this.
do a little pincer
Not a problem.
maneuver on this side.
I've got this. If we lower the other drawbridge, we'll be able to attack the enemy from both sides.
Really underestimated the royal wealth. Time for someone to put him in his place.
Reinforcements.
This stronghold will fall.
Let's get that bridge down. Where are the controls? Glad I came prepared.
Vulnerary. Just let me keep hitting him. It was a whole thing.
Hear you loud and clear. I'll make sure.
I'll do my best.
I'm going.
Take a breather.
Not here. Oh, he left. That is one downside to automating things.
Move out.
I'll do what I can. I'm here to help.
Watch and learn. Me and you, Ingrid.
I believe in you, Sylvain.
I accidentally pressed the A button, but now we're seeing a double special. When you pair people up as adjutants and you use a special, you actually get both specials,
Hey, you tried.
one after another.
You like that?
If you need to hit any bosses extra hard, that can be used.
Me too.
Alright, there we go. Shez pulled the lever.
Now that
Let's begin.
2 will be helpful for
It's
the
time
unit
to move.
in here.
Not a problem. I've got
Maybe
this.
Shez can just
I'll
take
do what I
Felix and
It's worth a
fight
shot.
stuff on the east side.
We have access to both the east and west bridges. It's time to breach the capital, corner the traitors, and strike them down.
Hold the position. None of them get through.
My, this is your lucky day. I've decided that you deserve my personal attention.
Ah, fate. You truly are whimsical. Will today mark my death or his? Either way, this farce will finally come to a close.
Cornelia is right there.
I'll do what I can. It's worth a shot.
Not a problem. I've got...
Wait, can I not? Oh, I can't get in this way. That's, you have to cross the drawbridge.
Let's begin.
Oh, yeah.
It's time.
They do get there by whatever means. I'll just handle this. Where's Cornelia? Oh, I'm not there yet.
Stand back.
Right, Sylvain will get things started. And Sylvain might end up being the MVP in the end here.
It's
If
come
it's not
to
Shed.
this at last. Well, Dimitri, if you want my head, then come claim it.
I intend to, Uncle.
On our pride as knights,
We will defend our liege to the last.
Dodge, dodge, dodge. Of course, one strategy is if you can lower the stagger bar of a weaker enemy like those soldiers around them, and then get up your big follow-up attack, then you don't need to have done anything to the boss itself. You'll hit him with the big follow-up attack. As long as it's in the same general circle area.
Displease you so? Oh my, what a fascinating power
And
you
Sylvain
possess.
defeats Rufus, yay.
Sure is. But if you think I needed to beat you, think again.
I won't lose.
Kill me.
Take a breather.
Avenge your father.
Find that man and take him away.
Oh, you poor dears. I've never seen so many deluded fools
The
in one
juggling
place.
feels so good as a Google.
That's more like it. It wouldn't feel like a real fight if I simply tore you limb from limb right out of the gate.
Don't let up. We can break her.
Already done. We can break her. Yeah, I
Your
did.
Highness,
I did
we
break.
are moving Rufus to a cell.
I broke her
Preparing
eggs,
him
all
for
right.
questioning.
Good. Thank you. I will join you shortly. Raise your voices with me, friends. You fought hard this day, and now victory is ours.
Oh no, I was ass. Might have been faster about the time limit if I had, like, you know, paid better attention to the map. Like, how to reach the castle.
I must...
Lady Luck was on my side.
Oh, I called that.
Gotta remember how this... I'm a better man now. Hey, I'm getting
better.
I can't wait to...
Got to give this...
And a bunch of weapon options. Actually, kind of think of it. Yeah, I saw some gauntlets in there. I don't think anyone on the Blue Lions by default can use gauntlet. Maybe to do. But I always associate them with the axe. And, like, certainly there's class changes. So I could make someone a user of the gauntlets, but... Actually, Felix feels like he'd be apt with it.
Something you feel like saying?
Just from a personality standpoint.
No. All traitors get put to the sword. It's his duty as king.
Final words?
None for you. But tell me something, boy.
Don't worry, Dimitri. I understand that this is a difficult task to execute.
What a surprise. I did not think you capable of sympathy, craven monster that you are.
Yes. But either way, I do what I must.
Well, to perish by your hand, it is a fate that I much deserve.
Which leaves the lords Elidor, Mateus, and Clymen. We believe they, as well as many powerful Western lords, were accomplices in the assassination of the late king. Along with the Grand Duke, they seem to have received large sums of money and supplies from the imperial nobility, thinking this to be recompense for the assassination in Duscar. We investigated the link further. In 1171, the mage Cornelia arranged for a certain powerful imperial family to come to the kingdom.
That's the year when my step-uncle, Lord Arundel, brought Edelgard here in exile.
Correct. We think Lord Arundel and his followers were behind the matter. They have deep ties to the imperial household.
I know it's not the same name or the same spelling or the same pronunciation, but it's so close that that character's name, you know, you can't not associate it with Frozen. At least that's always my thought.
You're a clever man, Margrave Gautier. Well done.
Thank you, Your Highness. If we continue wringing information out of them at this pace, we'll soon have a clear picture of what transpired.
My uncle's attendants must also confess to the slaughter in Duscar. But now that things have come this far, we can't expect the Western Lords to stay silent. We need a way to keep them far from power.
Oh, there are always ways, provided you're willing to keep all your options open.
Yes, I suppose so. Let us speak more of this later. For now, spread word of what you have found to every palace and pub in the land. That should help keep the lords in check.
Is that wise, Your Highness? If we announce that Rufus was involved in the tragedy of Duscar...
I will not feed my people half-truths.
I've always admired that candor, Your Highness. Yet such news is sure to create a degree of unrest in the kingdom.
So you suggest we bury the truth? Should it somehow come to light, the people's faith in me will be forever shaken.
I do always appreciate people like Dimitri who just want to lay it all out there in the open. I feel like it's generally the best idea.
If the kingdom is ever to
majority of
part ways with our
situations.
bloody past, this is the path we must walk.
Fine words, though I doubt they'll appease the people of Duscar, nor the rest of Fargus, many of whom will not be so quick to forgive.
We thought you might say as much, which is why His Highness and I have devised a solution. I will resign the title of Duke and pass it to my heir.
Spare me, Rodrigue. One person with wild ideas is already one too many.
It's not wild at all, Matthias. Someone must bear responsibility for what happened in Duscar. People will naturally seek to point the finger at His Highness, and we need him unsullied if he is to lead. Someone has to get down in the mud and bear the slings and arrows for him. Who better for such a task than me?
Rodrigue will abandon his title and work with Dedue to restore harmony between our people. I'm not asking him to take his life. Rather, he offered to spend it to set things to rights.
In that case, we've only to deal with the issue of the throne. I believe we should move forward with your coronation straight away.
King Dimitri.
My time at the Officers' Academy was a valuable experience, but I belong here now.
This is the other major timeline shift from Three Houses. Stuff happens much faster. And this is the same with Claude. Claude's stuff also moves much faster, but like here we say, yeah, Dimitri's leaving school and becoming king. Just like that.
Obviously, Felix won't be able to
We don't have the
return
5-year
either.
time skip.
Have him come to me
Things are
later,
just happening.
so I can deliver the news and an apology.
I've already had a word and told him what must be done. You've no need to apologize.
Yes, I have. As for you, Gustav, you'll also be staying here in the kingdom.
But I abandoned my homeland. There can be no place for me in Fargus.
I will make a place for you. I need your help. Lady Rhea will understand.
It would be my great honor, Your Highness.
Send word to the church and the lords. Count Galatea will be in charge of contacting the south. Now, there's another topic I'd like to discuss. I wish to reorganize my army. Since I have you all assembled, I'd like to hear your suggestions.
You still working, Dimitri? Have you even slept since the battle?
Never mind that. There's a favor I've been meaning to ask of you. It won't happen right away, but I'm considering the formation of a new private army. I need someone to captain them, and I was hoping it might be you.
And what does the leader of the kingdom need with a private army?
I fear my uncle may have rubbed off on too many of my knights. I'm not saying they're all bad, but it's clear as day that bribery ran rampant. To rectify the matter, I'm looking into a complete reorganization of the army. These next several years will be an age of civil war, and I want to be surrounded with the best and most loyal soldiers I can find.
Well, that does sound interesting. Still, I'm just a regular old grunt. Why put me in charge?
Because this will be an army of commoners, not knights and nobles. A mercenary like you is far more likely to earn their trust than some stuffy noble who's never known a day of hardship. Please, allow me to be clear. This is not an order. If you'd rather return to the academy, you're free to do so.
Are you kidding? I'm in. Thank you,
At
Dimitri.
least Dimitri gave us a choice, but, you know, our character is their own person and actually speaks for themselves sometimes. There's not always a dialogue box that comes up. Des says that he wants to do this, so you have it.
Having put down Rufus's revolt and ended his uncle's life, Dimitri draws closer to the truth regarding the tragedy of Duscur, and also begins the process of ascending the throne. All the while, the Adrestian Empire deals with a fierce power struggle in its capital, Enbar, while the Leicester Alliance finds themselves pitted against an invading Almiran horde.
You can actually play those missions if you choose those routes, because I did play that one against the Almiran horde.
Realizing the troubles of Fodlan will fall squarely on her young students' shoulders, Archbishop Rhea closes the Officers' Academy and permits her charges to return home.
End of prologue.
Azure.
Okay, before the next cutscene plays out and I spend even longer here, I was just waiting for a moment to save, but we made it through the prologue. The stage has been set for the Azure Gleam path. So next time on Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, we're gonna see what's really about to happen. Thanks to everyone who came out tonight. Hope you had a good time, and see you around. Bye.